So, after many live streams of saying that I was gonna do this, I'm finally doing this! What's good, everyone? UmbreonMoonlight here, and a couple live streams ago, I mentioned something that I wanted to do with my 11-year-old forever world Asgard, but I don't think I really explained it well in the live stream, and I don't think a lot of you guys understood exactly the grand vision I had for this. And what we were discussing in that live stream was building a codex for Asgard. Now you might be wondering, 1, what is a codex? 2, are you crazy, Umbreon, because Minecraft maps are massive? And 3, exactly how are you gonna go about doing this, really unique but crazy and insane idea? And I have finally gathered my thoughts on exactly how I want to do this. Now, to answer the first question, what is a codex? So, a codex basically is what old settlers and people of the past used to list out and kind of map out exactly what was in a given area. Like, there might be a mountain range that way, or it might be a settlement this way, hostile natives this way, nothing but ocean this way, you know, stuff like that. And they would write down the coordinates for a topographical map. And that's how they explored until we had, you know, modern luxuries like GPS and everything. So I had the idea to do that in Minecraft. And I know it's kind of a crazy idea, and you guys might be wondering exactly how I'm gonna go about doing this, because again, Minecraft maps are freaking massive, like ungodly. I think they're like 30 million by 30 million blocks. So they are really big. And I had a unique idea. Why not write down the coordinates of a said area onto an item? And then, let's say, hypothetically, we wanted to find a ocean monument. I would rename something that, you know, correlates with the location we're going to. So these prismarine crystals would make sense. You know, they come from an ocean monument. So you would go over to an anvil, and you would change the name from prismarine crystal to unknown location at negative 512, you know, Y level 69, Z level 1100. And then that way, when we're, you know, let's say we're walking, wait, where was that again? Boom. It's right there in your hotbar, and you don't have to worry about opening up a notepad or opening up a, you know, book and quill and scrolling through pages trying to find this new location. You can always just have the item you want. You can pull out of our library that we built. Just pull the item out of the chest and just go for it. Let's say we want to find, like, jungle wood. We need more jungle wood for a project, or, like, more mangrove wood or something, and we don't want to spend time farming it in the tree farm. We just go pull out that item and go to that location and continue to, you know, gather resources we need. Now, you might be wondering, though, Umbreon, wouldn't that technically be cheating and kind of kill the exploration factor of Minecraft? Yes, I do agree. I don't use chunk-based websites, you know, to show me where stuff is in Minecraft. I do find that cheating in single player, and it kind of robs you of the fun and joy of discovering things on your own. But I had an idea. What if I got my community to go on to a seed finding website, give me coordinates, give me an item that is linked to that, you know, said location, and gave me a brief description of where we're going, and we can go on stream, and only 1, maybe 2 people might know exactly where we're going. That way, it stays hidden to me. I don't know where we're going. Most of you guys don't know where we're going. And I can write out a list of, okay, I need, you know, I've been needing a lot of, like, from coral reefs, you know, like the coral blocks and everything to make some of my fish tanks look better. I can post in the Discord, in the Asgard Codex channel, been needing coral fans for, you know, a upcoming project. Someone could go onto a seed finding website and give me those coordinates, and I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if it's that, or if I'm, like, looking for bamboo. I could put a list. I won't know what's on that list that you're bringing me to. Or it might not even be on the list, and you might just think, hey, this is a cool location I think Umbreon would like. That's all well and good. You know, that sounds like an amazing idea in my head at least. But you might also be wondering, well, Umbreon, I don't know what a seed is. What, like, is it an item? And how do you use a seed? How do you use this website that you're talking about? So, to not ramble on about what a Minecraft seed is, basically a Minecraft seed dictates everything that generates in your Minecraft map. Let's say hypothetically, you find out your Minecraft seed. That Minecraft seed dictates this forest spawning, this mountain range spawning. You know, this is a birch forest, this is an ocean, this is a forest, this might be a flower forest, you know, this is an extreme hills. It dictates everything. Biomes, location of biomes, structures, ocean, blocks, iron, coal, all your ores, all your resources. It dictates everything. The nether, the end, how everything spawns. It dictates everything in your map. So these seed finding websites are super overpowered. I mean, like super overpowered. So that's why I don't use them. But you might be wondering then, Umbreon, how do you find a seed? Is it in your settings? Do you need a map, a map to find them? Do you need a mod to find them? No. All you do is /seed. And my seed's going to be censored out only because it's going to be down in the Discord. I want this to be for my community. So if you want to know what my seed is for my 11-year-old forever world, go down to the link in the description. Click on the Discord link and join the Discord. It's a really chilled, laid-back community. You can keep up to date with everything I'm doing, and you can have access to my seeds. Now, no, this seed was made in 1.8, so if you plug into a seed finder for 1.20.1, the version we're in currently, it may not display the exact biomes in these exact locations. You just got to be aware of that. Now, you might be wondering, okay, how do we use the website? Well, after you find out what your seed is, you're going to click copy. And you're going to click it, and it's going to say copy to clipboard. It's all copied. Everything's copied. Everything's good to go. We're going to head over to your favorite, internet browser. Firefox, Chrome, Opera GX, Brave. Whatever browser you use, this website will work. So let's hop on over. Okay, now that we're at Chunkbase, now you can either go to www.chunkbase.com, and this is what the website will look like, or you can just go to like Google or whatever you use for your search engine, type in Minecraft Chunkbase, and this should be the first thing that pops up. Now, you have a couple options here. You have the home, tab right here, which just explains everything that they're doing. They're constantly updating this, so it's really, really cool. They have certain mods that you can use. Really useful mods. I don't know any of this stuff, so might be useful, might not be useful. A lot of this stuff was last updated in 2017, so I don't know if it's for newer versions. This one was updated in 2013, so I don't know if these are for current versions. And this is just a whole bunch of other like theories, videos, and whatnot. This stuff hasn't been updated since 2013, so this is older than my 11-year-old, forever world. But you're gonna want to come over to apps, and you're gonna want to click on everything in one map. Check out our seed finding map. So you're gonna click on it. You could do two things. You can load from save, which all your Minecraft saves should be in your %app data % folder, or if you have it like on your desktop. Or what you can do is copy and paste your seed that we copied from the game. Now, again, this is going to be blanked out. Join the Discord if you want to know my seed. We're in version 1.20 for Java. This goes all the way up to version 1.21.9 through 1.21.10. And it even has a large biome option. You can go all the way down to Java 1.7 for the seed. So, and this is large biomes. This is normal biomes. So, this map is super cool. So, if we scroll down here, we have all these features. All this. You can find your spawn point. You can find slime chunks. You can find villages, ancient cities, outposts, monuments. Everything that's in your current Minecraft version will be listed here. So let's say we wanted to know what we're going to spawn in a certain seed. Right here. Boom. Spawn point right here. And if we come down here, we can see that Snowy Taiga, Birch Forest, Plains Biome, you know, all this, rivers, and all that. Now, obviously, this seed was made, again, in 1.8, so a couple of this might not exactly be perfect, and it does give a disclaimer down here. No limitation. Some of these features are not 100% accurate. Locations might be wrong or missing, and that's because you can update seeds. You might make a seed in 1.7 and then update to 1.21. So what you loaded into may not be what the app recognizes that seed should be if you load that seed into a newer version. And let's say, hypothetically, we want to find, I don't know, we want to find a village. Let's do a village. So you can zoom out and you can see there's villages like everywhere. So let's say we want to go to this village. We'd click on the villager head. Taiga Village at coordinates -1632. Coordinates for Z is -176. We can go over to this and copy the TP command. And if you want, if you're using this to kind of map out and keep, you know, a memory of what you've completed and what you haven't, you could click complete it. Let me try that again. You can click the completed icon, and it will, you know, fade that out so you don't, you know, go back to that village if you've already looted it. Now, you might be asking, okay, that's all well and good. What do we do with what we copied now? We're going to hop back over to Minecraft so I can show you exactly what we're going to do with these coordinates. Now that we're back in Minecraft, there's two ways we can go about using the information that we just got from Chunkbase. There's the creative way, and then there's the survival way, the main way we'll be doing it. So, the survival way of doing it is, I'm going to need an item that's kind of specific to that biome. It could be any item you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be the, you know, a specific item found in that biome. I would rather have it be that, so, you know, it kind of makes sense and I can kind of guess where we're going, but it doesn't have to be. So, we're looking for a village, and it's an item that we can find in a village, in a village. Okay, now that I can actually speak properly, we're looking for a village, right? And an item that we can find in a village is a bell. So we can take an item like a bell, right? And we can go over to an anvil. And we can put the bell in the anvil and we can rename the bell. Now, how I want this kind of done is when you type it into Discord down below, put unknown location. And then the coordinates. Obviously, you're not going to do the TP because we're not TPing. And then the coordinates, right? You can add the Y coordinate if you want. You don't necessarily need it. And boom. The bell is now unknown location, -1632, -176. Now, you can either pull up F3. You can pull up F3. Thank you. And you can see my F3 screen's a little bit different because I'm using a mod. Yours will probably be more filled, but still the same. You will get your X, Y, and Z coordinates. Let's see. Mine is up at the top, right underneath FPS. And as we move, you can see that those numbers are going down. We're at 186, now 162. If we keep going this diagonal way, we should make it to these coordinates in no time. Or what you can do is what I use is my coordinates mod. And as you can see, the further we go, you know, the more that takes down, we'll find this in no time. Now, let's say, you know, you're traveling. Wait, what was those coordinates again? Boom. Item in your hotbar. Oh, I have to slightly adjust. Boom. You know, now it's going faster. Now it's going slower. Oh, nope, I'm going the wrong way. I gotta go back this way. This is a very useful and unique way to track, you know, your coordinates as you're traveling. And you don't have to open up a book all the time. Or, you know, open up a notepad or keep a map on you. You know, this just will sit in your inventory. And you can just access it whenever you feel like it. And like with me, if you have a Shoko box, especially with a mod, like, boom. I can left click and I can see what's in the box. So let's say I have this in my, you know, inventory. All I have to do is hit E and go over and bam, it takes up even less inventory space so you can have all your tools on your hotbar. It's a very, very creative way, in my opinion, of doing this. Now, you might be wondering, what is the creative mode way of doing it? All you're going to do is / and you can either type TP or you can just, you know, Control V for the command that you copied off of Chunkbase and hit enter. And when you look at that, just as Chunkbase said, a village is here. And this opens up the doorway to a lot of things. Like, let's say I need red sandstone, right? I mentioned in the live stream, I'm going to need red sandstone for a build. You would go to Chunkbase, use the seed, find out, you know, red desert, copy the location down, write it in Discord, unknown location. You know, at the coordinates, use a piece of red sand for it, or a piece of terracotta. And then a description. Some say this is such an arid wasteland that blocks seem to be discolored from what they usually are. As like a brief example of a description you can use. You guys can probably come up with a better description than I ever could. And then we just head to said location on stream. If we don't feel like building that day, or like you could post in the Discord, hey Umbreon, can we go to my, you know, locations? I posted it in the Discord. And I could be like, sure, yeah, we could do that for stream today. And it gets you guys involved, it gets the community involved, it gets the Discord involved too, because I know not everyone that's in my Discord watches Minecraft, and not everyone that watches my Minecraft stuff is part of my Discord. Now remember, you gotta go down to the link below, join the Discord if you're not, go over to the Asgard Codex, you know, channel, and use that if you want to use the coordinates. That's where the seed will be for Asgard as well. But yeah, guys, I really hope you guys understand now what I want done specifically for the codex. And I hope this is, you know, just as engaging as I want it to be for you guys. So you guys kind of have a leg up on what my seed is without me knowing. And you guys could totally troll me. You can give me location, you could give me, you know, coordinates to a location that has absolutely nothing in it and be giggling the whole time and have me think there's something really cool there just for it to be nothing. And it brings lore to Asgard because, you know, obviously the guild does a lot of traveling. They would mark down a lot of stuff. They would want to know where certain locations are. And again, I just find this a very creative, unique way to, you know, include you guys, include my community, and build a codex for Asgard. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed my video. If you liked the video, please give it a like. The engagement really helps the algorithm pick me up because we all know how YouTube's been lately. God rest the algorithm soul. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We are so close to 500 subs. And if we hit 500 subs by the end of the year, I'm doing a 24-hour live stream where you guys can torture and torment me even further. It's going to be a lot of fun. Leave a dislike if you didn't like this video. And down below, comment if you have any ideas of what we could do with the codex maybe differently. Maybe you have an idea of how to improve the codex system and not make it as complicated if you don't understand it. Or maybe you just have an idea that you think would help add to the codex. Any feedback is welcome. Any feedback is warranted. Please let me know your guys' idea. I love the community engagement lately. And I love the community feedback with ideas. It has made this map so much more special to me, and it has just made Asgard so much better than what it was previously when it was just me making all the decisions. Anyways, I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now, and I hope you all have a great day.